You're right. Peace and love and friendship and kindness and daisies and roses and unicorns and sweet little bumblebee kisses. Welcome to Graham Games. My name is Graham. This is a game. Today we're playing Pico School Love Conquers All, a 2021 made kind of April Fool's joke with Pico School based on the recent popularity of the character with Friday Night Funkin, taking the previously hyper-violent, hyper-offensive game that I just finished playing and instead turning it, I don't know if PG is the right way to look at it, but instead turning it into something more romance-based. Good morning, class. Today I'm going to teach you about apples and bananas. Apples are a red fruit. They are very tasty. Who here has eaten an apple? That's great, Pico. Has anyone enough of this crap? I've been listening to goth music all my life. Hey, I like goth music. Really? What's your favorite band? The Cure, Bauhaus, or Sisters of Mercy? We'll say The Cure. Weird. I didn't think any kids at the school listened to the same music as me. Kein Mir hat für die Miete. I still don't know German. That hasn't changed. That part is the same. I love the idea of Tom Fulp cracking open these source files and, like, editing this game that he made over 2 decades ago. A fellow KMFDM fan, I see. Wait, you're into industrial music too? You should come to my house and listen to my collection. Your offer is tempting, but I'm actually an interdimensional being sent here to reign terror and prepare your society for authoritarian rule. Hey, look at that. We're getting actual lore as to why the hell they turned into a giant monster. It kind of looks like they just have googly eyes pasted on the way they're jiggling around. And you also like goth and industrial music? Well, of course, it's some of the finest music in all of time and space. Your world is shit, though. It doesn't deserve it. Our world isn't as bad as you think. How about we take a walk together? Okay. The teacher's not going to interfere or anything? Pico and Cassandra leave the classroom to go for a walk. Cassandra with 2 S's. I could have sworn in the last game it was 1 S. I don't know if that's like a funny continuity error or something. It's so amazing that Tom Fulp did this. I also love the idea that he did it as like an April Fool's joke, updating the original source game on Newgrounds. So if you tried to play Pico School, you'd instead get this version. Then, a few days later, he uploaded this as its own separate thing that you can play and enjoy instead. We can try to leave. It's not even chained up. It's a beautiful day out there. There are kids here who need our help. So we're just gonna conquer all with love. Walk around and just be friendly to everyone. Cassandra, what's going on? I was listening for you to kick things off. Did you know Cassandra was just using your teen angst to get her own way? What? Really? Cassandra, is that true? Tom would have to totally revisit his old art style and everything, which I really love. And I also like how every other student in the classroom is the same, as it's just a mirror image. And there's no teacher in here. Well, geez, when you put it that way, I guess I was being a bit selfish. What were you so upset about in the first place, Alucard? You basically have superpowers. I do, but at what expense? My father experimented on me as a baby, and now he's in prison. When we talk on the phone, he's only ever interested in one thing. How's your telekinesis going? Can you lift cars yet? Can you bend light? I'm sorry to hear that, Alucard. He sounds like a real self-obsessed jerk. But you shouldn't trade one self-obsessed jerk for another. Sorry, Cassandra. That was rude of me. No, you're right. I was only thinking about what I wanted and not the needs of others. I've been acting like a grade A dingus. It's okay, Cassandra. We all make mistakes. I was too quick to jump at the chance to destroy the world. It's going from the most hyper-violent, aggressive, gory, offensive game to everything in just one simple 2-sentence conversation is you're right. Peace and love and friendship and kindness and daisies and roses and unicorns and sweet little bumblebee kisses. I'm gonna tell my dad how I feel. Maybe he'll start to understand that I'm more than his experiment. That's great, Alucard. I hope everything works out well for you. Thanks, Pico. Okay, here's the key to the security gate. There wasn't even a branching. There was no getting it wrong. I locked it earlier to trap people inside like a dick. Real sorry. Sorry. That's just you've seen the error of your ways. Don't even need to grab the fire extinguisher, you know? You don't have to visit, like, any of the existing rooms. Hey, Pico, it looks like Cassandra, see, 1S has a crush on you. Otherwise, you'd be dead right now. It's a shame I don't share Cassandra's sentiments. Please spare me? Got any Green Day? I can't tell. Are you making fun of me? Nah, man. I like punk rock. But you know what isn't punk rock? What's that? Shooting your classmates, silly. If this is still set in like 98, 99, what would it have been? Like Dookie? Was that Green Day's like first album? Shooting your classmates, silly. I know you're a good person, Cyril. I personally never knew their name. Just mixed up with the wrong crowd. Remember the time I tripped in the hallway? You helped pick up my books. I try to be nice, but people tease me about my eye. There's only so much a guy can take. Kids are stupid. I get teased for my ginger hair. What if tomorrow you dye your hair red and I wear an eye patch? That should throw them for a loop. Lol, that's a fun idea. Let's do it. Man, I feel so stupid for bringing a gun to school. It's okay. We're the only ones who know. Just go home and tomorrow we'll act like nothing happened. Nothing except your hair and my new eye patch. Well, okay, sounds good, Pico. I'll see you tomorrow. This is so ridiculous. I love how Cassandra's still going about everything so angrily, just clearly furious, waving the gun and like anarchist cookbook around. You know, just hasn't changed their personality still. But hey, maybe she's chill now and willing to light up with us. Puff, puff, pass between the two of us. Ugh, it's kind of gross, like exhaling straight into her mouth like that. I like that her eyes, her evil interdimensional being eyes bugged out in that moment. Do you know what's something I totally didn't do? In the other version is you can wash the urinals and they thank you. That's something I totally forgot. Is like a weird random interaction you could have in the game, which might actually explain why Jonachrome was so insistent on having interactive water fountains in middle school. That itself is like a plays into this. We could use this to wash away all those turds on the floor while we were at it. We gonna have like a pleasant conversation this time instead? Excuse me, will you please shut the door? Oh, sorry, my bad. It's just polite this time. Oh, yeah, of course, I didn't mean anything by it. My mistake. I want to respect your privacy, give you some space. I'll avert my eyes. You enjoy yourself. Have a lovely day. Hey, what's going on, Cassandra? I set up this bathroom to be the perfect trap, but no one has come running in. And what's Pico doing here with you? I've been reconsidering our options. Maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea. Maybe not. Up for debate, controversial opinion. I'd say not killing everyone is the preference, the general consensus, at least. Maybe not the majority. I'm actually relieved to hear that. I don't want to kill anyone, but I was afraid of letting you down. You're like the only person in this school who's nice to me. In a weird way, is this version of the game that I'm playing right now kind of like Tom Fulp's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? We're getting like our Once Upon a Time in Newgrounds version of the Pico school story. I like this comparison and would like to continue to think through it in terms of like, oh yeah, well of course, Pico is Brad Pitt, you know? It's not easy for an aficionado of Japanese culture like myself to attend school with uncultured swine who don't know the difference between anime and manga. I'm actually a big anime fan, Harold. Again, another character I don't know ever had a name. Did you know Nene shares her name with from a character from Bubblegum Crisis? I didn't know that. I don't know if that's real, actually. And I don't know if that's a 1999 reference or a current one. Oh, wow. I had never made that connection. But it would be like her parents naming the character, I guess. She didn't just spawn into being with the name of an anime character. Also, was I ever mean to you, Harold? Well, not specifically, but you never paid me any attention. Did you ever pay me any attention? Cuts both ways there, Harold. Just like a katana. I think katana's very specifically are only sharp on one side. No, I guess I didn't. I see your point, Pico. I've been making too many assumptions about people based on my own insecurities. Maybe we can get together this weekend and watch Akira. I'd like that very much. Domo arigato, Pico-san. Everyone's full appeasement. We've achieved transcendence through means of love. Oh, hi, Pico. I was just on my way to the bathroom. We've never seen the character in this way. Usually they're like pleading on the floor. So it's funny to think Tom would have had to have redrawn her there. Beautiful day today, isn't it? Yeah, everything's great. No troubles in the world whatsoever. See, Cassandra, people here are actually pretty nice. Maybe you could even stay here and live among us. Ooh. Now we're dropping the 2020 references. Even though this came out in 2021, still relevant. I'll admit the people of your world aren't as horrible as I thought. However, there's one important thing we cannot forgive. You see, on our planet, penalians are what you would call gay. And it is our understanding that your planet is homophobic. Is this very directly calling out the fact that Pico being made canonically bi through Friday Night Funkin' made people uncomfortable? Because I really hope they updated this game as a way to be like, get over it, guys. It changes nothing. It's true, there are homophobic people on Earth, but many of them are actually gay and trying to deny it. Most people are fine, though. In fact, I'd like you to meet someone. That's awesome. That's so funny to actually have created an iteration of this game where this story thread is now incorporated. Take that, boyfriend Pico deniers. This is my boyfriend. Everyone at school is totally cool with it. I'm not saying everything is perfect, but our planet is coming around. I think you'd find you like it here if you gave us a chance. We had not realized how far your civilization has progressed. Pico, you've convinced me. I shall spare your planet and come live among you. Yes, among us. Exactly. That's great. Maybe we can visit a museum this weekend and share more of our culture with you. I would like that. Tell me, do you have museums dedicated to furry art? Are we to assume it's the exact same, across both planets? Probably the same. The end zoom in on the two of them just kind of crabbing around. Well, that was everything I had hoped it could be. The joke, I guess, of it being April Fool's was that it replaced the original game, but the game itself, I guess, isn't kind of a joke. It's just an alternate timeline. And in a way, that's a joke, but I really appreciate the fact that now that makes this really relevant current thing on Newgrounds canon and is bridging this multi-generational storytelling of this critical character at the center of everything. I'm really looking forward to digging deeper into the history of Pico. In the end cards, I'll have a link to the video I put together on that on the other channel. I haven't made it yet, but it's going to be great. At the time of this video releasing, it'll exist current me playing this game. I haven't made it yet. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.